Hi, good evening. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma, I can hear you. Good
How
evening, ma.
was the day?
My day was fine. How was yours?
Awesome, awesome. Glad to have you here.
Yes,
So,
thank you very much.
so how has it been like? So,
Uh,
were you able to participate in the previous one?
I wasn't able to participate,
Oh, I see.
so that
And
was the
so,
reason why I made it mandatory for me to participate in this one.
what did you say?
So that was the reason why I made it very important for me to participate in this one. And thank you
Oh,
for giving me
uh,
another opportunity.
nice, nice. So, what do you do and where are you located?
I stay in Ado-Ekiti presently,
Wow.
Ekiti State. Yes, I'm a fresh law graduate, and I am looking to diversify, acquire some skills and some proficiencies
Interesting.
in yes, interest in creating personal brands, something like
Mm.
brand marketing. Yeah, and I think every professional needs it.
You think what?
I said I think every professional needs it. Brand marketing, personal brand marketing.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes,
Every
so
professional branding. We have 3 minutes to go. Every professional, regardless of your job, regardless of what you do, branding is required. So you're very
yeah.
correct, brand marketing. Because the honest truth is that whether you put a product out there or not, you're selling. So it's either you're selling yourself or you're selling a product or service. So when somebody is looking for a job or something or looking for, contract, you're actually trying to sell yourself and your idea. That's if you're looking for a job, you're basically trying to sell yourself, your capabilities, and so that is why everyone actually needs to need this particular training, right? Or this to everyone needs to attend this conference. And it's nice having you here. So we have 2 minutes more to kickstart, and then uh we are going to go live. We're already live on YouTube. So for those joining on YouTube, you are welcome. Let us know where you're watching us from. Please comment below where are you watching us from. I mean, where are you located, and what do you do, and what do you intend to take out of this conference? So this is the second session of this conference, and we are going live, right? So let me know if you can see my screen. Can you hear?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Can you hear the audio?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Uh, Okay, so yeah. Going live. And we are live. We are live and welcome to the second session of the Entrepreneurs Business Conference 2.0 with the theme Building a Thriving Brand in the Ever Dynamic Economy. And today we are looking at a very interesting topic, which is the secrets to building a thriving brand in this ever dynamic economy. And with us is the founder of Biz Grant. I mean, she's known as the Jagaban of grants. So she will actually be doing the justice to this particular topic, which is even the theme of the conference. So give me a second and we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So we are going to share, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to be looking at
Hey, thank you,
welcome,
Jesus.
Esther. You're welcome. Right. So I am going to, without further delay. Thank you very much, Mar. So we already have our guest speaker in the room. So let's tell others in the group to join. Some persons to say they're on their way back home. Okay. And if you're connected on YouTube, please do well to comment. Let's know where you're located. You're actually located. So use the chat room. Let's know where you're connected from. So I'm going to go over the profile of our speaker for this evening so that we don't take much of our time. Yes, so meet our guest speaker for today. Let me share my screen. Okay, so meet our guest speaker. She is, where is in the name? Meet Mrs. Stella Adebayo Matthew, popularly known as Biz Grant's boss, aka Jagaban of Grants. Please hold on a minute. Let me start the recording. So you're welcome to Entrepreneurs Business Conference 2.0, and today we are having our special guest, Mrs. Stella Matthew Adebayo. She's the founder of Biz Grant Boss, and she's popularly known as Jagaban of Grants. She's which is Africa's leading transformational. She is Africa's leading transformational business coach, public speaker, and author. She is the founder and chief vision officer at Biz Grants Global Limited. Our company helps ambitious, growth-driven entrepreneurs like to legally register their businesses, secure structure, and also get funding and resources to grow and scale their business, their small businesses, via online courses, webinars, and workshops. In the last 4 years of existence, cumulatively, our clients have been able to access over $500,000 in grants and business growth opportunities. If you heard what I just said right now, can you in the chat room, I want to see your best emoji. Give me that clapping emoji right now. Did you hear that? So meaning that you can also be part of those who will be beneficiary. I mean, who will benefit from this today. In the last 4 years of existence, like I said, cumulatively, our clients have been able to access over $500,000 in grants and business growth opportunities. She has also trained over 30,000 young, ambitious entrepreneurs in Nigeria and Ghana on how to access business grants, opportunities,
grew their revenue by over 80% and created more jobs. So welcome. Join me in welcoming on this virtual stage Stella Matthew Adebayo, whose motivation stems from our passion for wealth creation, economic growth, and development.
Thank you.
Can you join me in doing that right now in the chat room? Hey, am I the only one here? I'm sure I'm not the only one here.
Thank you,
Esther. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ma. Over to you, Ma. You have the floor. Thank you so much for out of your busy schedules for honoring this invitation to bless us with your wealth of experience and knowledge. And
thank you
I have my writing materials already.
Okay, great. Thank you, Florence. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate you and your founder and founder of 1000 PEF, Sam Idengeli. I don't know if he's here right now. Thank you for the opportunity to come on your platform to speak to entrepreneurs on building a thriving brand in the ever dynamic economy. So I'm not sharing slides, and I won't be able to turn on my video, but I'll be sharing about 9 tips to building a thriving brand, right? Irrespective of the economy. Yeah, we know the economy changes, dynamic, and all. Please confirm if you can hear me so that I can proceed.
Yes, ma'am. Please use the chat room. All right.
Okay. So what does it entail? What is why is it important to build a thriving brand? First of all, to even understand to even build a thriving brand, it's important for us to know what it means, what a thriving brand means. Right. So can anyone in the chat box or any of the participants tell us what he or she understands by thriving brand? What is a brand and what does it mean to thrive as a brand? Can we have someone help us? Let me see what we have in the chat box. Okay, I'm seeing yes, I can hear you.
Please, guys, feel free to unmute and speak.
Or if you don't want to unmute, you can tell us in the chat box. Okay, nobody wants to speak. Okay. From the word thriving, we can come up with thrive, right? So what does a thriving brand mean? It means, okay, do we have somebody who wants to speak? Okay, no.
Somebody's trying to speak.
Okay, if anyone wants to speak, I will appreciate the person uses the raise hand option so that I would know that someone wants to speak. Right. So I also want to see that participants should mute their mics, right, to avoid so that for clarity, yeah. Let me put it that way.
Okay, Timileyin, you want to speak? Timileyin's hand is raised up. All right. Timileyin, please feel free to speak. You're already unmuted.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. And a thriving brand.
Okay.
I think a thriving brand is a brand that is growing, a brand that is expanding.
Okay.
Those are the 2 words I want to use for a thriving brand: growing and expanding. Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Timileyin. So I would say a thriving brand is the one that shows strong and sustainable growth, right? So I'll still pick growing from the word that from the explanation that Timileyin gave us, from the 2 words he gave us. So a thriving brand is the one that shows strong and sustainable growth, not just growth, a growth that is sustainable. Some people can be growing, but their growth is not a brand can be growing and not be sustainable, right? Now, a sustainable growth and enjoys loyal customer base. That means we have good number of returning customers. For example, let's say you have 500 customers who buy from you in a month. Now, new customers. Now, let's say out of that 500 customers, let's say we have over 80% who are returning customers. And those customers are there with the brand till date. So we can say a Thriving brand, in a nutshell, is a brand that exhibits or shows strong and sustainable growth, enjoys customer loyalty, and maintains a positive reputation in the market. So how do you identify a thriving brand, or what makes up a thriving brand? Number one, strong brand recognition. So what does that mean? A thriving brand is easily recognizable by its target audience. So your target audience, when they see your brand, they can easily recognize you. Let me give you an example. So this evening, Obi and I went out, and while we were returning, this store or supermarket, Just Right, that is in Nigeria, right? Their brand color is something sort of yellow and royal blue. That's the color of their building. So now, while we were returning, he now saw a building that has that color. Right? The exterior has been completed. So the exterior, the colors of the exterior carries the same color as Just Right brand, right? Yellow and royal blue. So Obi told me immediately that, oh, see, Just Right, they're having another branch here. And I was like, how do you conclude that it's Just Right that owns? He was like, can't I see the colors? I was like, what if it's another brand? That I had seen that building earlier, but because I did not see a logo or a name on the building yet, so I didn't want to conclude that it's Just Right. Right. But immediately he saw, he was like, oh, Just Right, they want to have another new branch. Right. So the customers, right, can easily say this is this brand. This is Just Right. This is Chicken Republic. This is Coca-Cola. This is, without the name on it. Right. So another way to another quality, right? Of course, when the target audience recognizes the brand, that means that it is memorable. What do I mean? For a brand to have a strong recognition, of course, you are easily recognizable. Your color is distinct, your logo and overall brand identity. So you are easily recognizable in a nutshell. So another component or another characteristics of a thriving brand is that the brand enjoys loyal customer base. So the customer retention for that brand is high, which I explained earlier in the definition, right? You retain a significant portion of customers over time. I said over 80%. Sometimes maybe over 70%. For some brands, maybe over 50%, right? So you as a business owner that you're listening to me or you're on this call, you want to ask yourself, number of customers that patronize your brand this month. Do you have the database? And how many of those numbers are returning customers or customers that patronized you a year ago or in the last 6 months, the first half of year 2024? How many of them have come to patronize your brand again? Right. So you want to look at that. Now, number 3, a thriving brand, right? How do you know a thriving brand? A thriving brand has consistent growth. Consistent growth in revenue, in profitability, in visibility, right? It is very, very evident. It is visible. A thriving brand does not hide. A thriving brand is not a brand that you see today and tomorrow you don't see them and then next year you see them again. They are consistent. Are we together? Now, another characteristics of a thriving brand is that a thriving brand is trusted and considered credible by consumers, customers, and other key players in the industry. So when a thriving brand, like, people can easily give their money, they can easily go on the website of that brand. That's why you see that a lot of small businesses list their products, especially those that are in the physical product space. They have their products on popular e-commerce sites like Amazon, like Shopify, right? Why? Because those brands have created a name for them. They've built credibility. So it's easy for somebody to just go online on their website, get something, see something that they like, and just swipe their card without fear of, oh, it's scam or it's no scam. Right. Now, another thing I want to say for a brand that builds credibility. Yesterday I was scrolling on Instagram, and then I saw one of the Instagram influencers. She made a video saying that how can a business owner at this age and time be giving customers microfinance bank accounts? So you are giving your customers OPay, money point, microfinance bank account number. That it is somehow. That how can you show that your brand is credible? Is by having by opening accounts with credible banks like UBA, FCMB, Access Bank, Wema Bank. That is a way customers feel when you share that account number with, especially online customers, vendors who are selling online on social media. This is not a case of, oh, you walk into Just Right or ShopRite, the POS machine is showing money points or is showing OPay. It's a different scenario. But a customer comes into your DM or your WhatsApp and wants to buy, and then you are sending microfinance back. So it's showing that, oh, you're not this business. Maybe this person has taken loan and the person wants to return the loan back. That is somehow. However, I would say a thriving brand, nobody is going to question whatever you are using to make payments. Like this ShopRite or Just Right that I mentioned, or some of these eateries you walk into. Many of them, they use money point POS machine. Some of them use OPay. You can't even question them that, oh, why is this big eatery, big mall, big supermarket, what are they using? But then a small business owner can be perceived differently. A vendor, a growing vendor, can be perceived differently. So how do you move? How do you earn your customers' trust? It's consistent. You have to be consistent in showing up, right? So we're talking about characteristics, right? Now, another way to identify a thriving brand or characteristics of a thriving brand is that a thriving brand shows or offers unique products or services that meet the needs and preferences of its target audience. Your products are unique. It's not general. It's not Google. There's a way to differentiate what you're selling. And your target customers, you meet their needs because you have decided to stand out. Now, let me give an example. Earlier today, I had a one-on-one session with a client who wanted me to do a review of a business plan. She's applying for a grant, right? So just like she said, and then I was okay, let's see your business plan, your pitch deck. And then the business description goes like, I'm going to replace this client's brand name with XYZ. It goes like, XYZ is a fashion brand that provides female wears, accessories to fashion lovers. Now, majority, or not so majority, many fashion brands online, they say, oh, I'm a fashion brand, I'm a ready-to-wear brand, I'm a bespoke. And she's pitching for a grant. I told her, you're not the only one pitching for this grant. How do you stand out in the midst of other fashion brands who are also applying for this grant opportunity is by pitching your tent uniquely. And then I told her, instead of saying, okay, we're a fashion brand, why not align your brand with SDG3, good health and well-being? How? We are a sustainable and healthy fashion brand that provides XYZ. So she's literally, our products are literally, there are some outfits that you wear that the chemicals on the outfits alone causes sickness. There are some undies that parents buy for their children, especially those ones that are very, very cheap. They cause heat rashes and all of those things. And then there are quality ones that are sustainable and healthy. So why not pitch? I'm not going to share the entire idea of our business something, but I'm just trying to say how to pitch your tent differently from every other fashion brand. So when every other person say I'm a fashion brand, I'm ready to wear, you are saying you are a healthy, sustainable fashion brand. And then you are showing workings. That's why you see some brands, right, who keep getting access to these brands over and over again. Because they've figured out what makes them unique and decide to pitch differently. Right. And of course, a moment. Yes, is a thriving brand. Yes, a thriving brand also is a brand that provides quality and is continually innovative. A thriving brand continues to reinvent. When I say innovative, and a thriving brand is continually innovate and reinvent. It's not like the brand is doing fashion today and tomorrow they are doing food. They keep making whatever it is they are doing better and better and better, and to provide high quality. Are we together? A thriving brand runs successful, okay, great. A thriving brand runs successful marketing campaigns that resonate with its audience. So the messaging in their marketing, on their social media platform, whether it's offline or online marketing, on their ads, when their target customer sees them, they easily recognize them. And the messaging resonates. The message is clear, it is consistent, it aligns with the brand's values. A thriving brand is resilient. Let's look at what's happening in Nigeria today. Against all odds, a thriving brand still shows up, creates content to educate its customers, to educate and entertain its customers. Oh, Nigeria, they said they want to go on strike starting from August 1st to 10th. A thriving brand will position and start putting out content that we engage and we bring in sales. A thriving brand is not a brand that when challenges come and that brand decides like, life has ended. No. A thriving brand adapts to whatever situation that is happening and is resilient. A thriving brand maintains strong network within the industry, collaborates with other brands for visibility. a thriving brand is a brand that not only succeeds now, but also builds a foundation for long-term success. A thriving brand, the founder or the CEO of a thriving brand knows that, see, I'm in this thing for a long time. I'm not building my brand as a hustler. I'm not the kind of CEO that builds my business just to make money to feed for today, to pay school fees, to pay house rent. You know, a thriving brand knows that, come off it, I'm building for a long time. So they take note of things that will make the brand to be credible and earn the trust of customers. They are not just there for today, for the money they want to make today. It's a long-term thing. That's why I mentioned that being a thriving brand ensures, or is a brand that shows sustainable growth, not just growth. So now, having looked at the component characteristics of a thriving brand, how do you position or reposition your business to build a thriving brand in a dynamic economy? What do you do? I said I was going to share 9 keys with you, right? Let's see if I can make it 9 or even 10. Number 1, to build a thriving brand. Because before I share the 9 keys with you, building a thriving brand, it's important for you to understand building a thriving brand requires strategic planning, adaptability, and deep understanding of market trends. Excuse me. A thriving brand not just comes and then, no, you plan well. So how do you plan well? What do you need to do to plan well? What do you need to do to enable you to adapt to whatever economy? How do you have a deep understanding of the market trends so that your brand can stand out and be identified as a thriving brand? Number 1, you need to understand your market. How do you understand your market? You need to conduct what I call a market research. Regularly, you must analyze. And when I say you must, I want to believe that we don't have CEOs here that, and if you have, you need to start thinking about to move out from there, right? I hope you are not the kind of CEO or the business owner who does everything. The operations of the business from A to Z centers all around you, so you can't even have time to think. Right? You must regularly look at what is happening in the market, and that is in your industry. Look at the trends. Let me give you an example. In June, where this grant was one of the vendors who was to participate in the Nigeria branch trade fair in partnership with Lagos Tourism, right? Now, around that period, the Corporate Affairs Commission, Nigeria Corporate Affairs Commission, in charge of business incorporation in Nigeria, their portal had been having issues. Like most times, my staff had to stay up at night to get our customers' jobs done. During the day, their website wasn't working. They even put out a notice on their website that they were doing upgrade. So as a result, registrations were going to be affected or were going to be delayed and all. Normally, when we do a name search, we submit to the portal, sometimes 24, 48 hours, approval or disapproval will be out. But this was taking weeks now. So we would have put out a notice on our social media that, oh, please, CSE website is experiencing issues. As a result, your jobs will be delayed. But you know what? I looked around. I went to look at what our competitors were doing. Nobody put out a notice. I know sometimes when you put out notice like that, customers will restrict themselves. They will not want to pay. They'll say to them, wait till the issues are sorted. Not knowing that my own staff wake up late at night or stay up late when there's not much traffic on the website. And what brought about the traffic on the website? They said that those that own POS businesses, that they are now required to register their business. So the portal now had more than enough traffic. So they needed to upgrade and work on it to expand it so that it can accommodate more registrations. So I looked around, our competitors are not putting this out. What do we need to do? We kept, not what did we now do? We now decided to start churning out education, social, educational content to engage our audience, to educate them on the types of registrations, what they should do, and of course, entertaining content. So and of course, I saw some others who put out, oh, CSE Portal has been showing us shege, hey, this and that. So if you don't know what is happening, if you don't analyze your market, if you don't know what's happening in your industry, in your niche, if you do not understand how consumers or your customers behave, you will not be able to take decisions that can help you as a brand to stand the test of time. If you don't look at the activities of your competitors, you are not looking at the activities to copy them, but you are looking at what they are doing and making a better decision for your brand. And in understanding your market, you need to identify who your target audience is or are. Who is your target market? You need to clearly define who your customers are and what they value, so that you can create content, or your content team can create content that aligns with what your customers want and the value that they are looking for. Number 2, you need to develop a strong brand identity. How? Sit down and think about what sets your brand apart from the competition. The CSE Registration Biz Grant does. We're not the only one that do it. But what do we sell? How did we craft our own USP? That's unique value proposition, unique selling points, whatever, unique selling proposition, some people call it. So what makes you different? And of course, you have to have consistent branding. Consistent branding in your logo, your colors, your typography, your messaging. They are consistent across all platforms. It's not like today you use yellow, next tomorrow you use purple, Friday you use green, Sunday you use red. And they see your brand, it is consistent. These are the things that makes you come top of the mind, or when they see it, you are easily recognized. And another key is You need to build quality product and services. When you know that you are in this business for a long time, yeah, it's not a short-term thing. You are going to focus on quality. Focus on delivering quality products or services that meet or exceed your customers' expectations. And of course, like I said, the characteristics of a thriving brand is a brand that is continuously innovative, a brand that continuously reinvents itself. And you must build a strong online presence. Your social media, you must create content that engage with your audience. Content that are relevant. You are not a skit maker, except your brand is into skit making. So even when you want to create skits, ensure that you are still in the messaging, it still aligns. Even if you want to jump on trends, there's a trend that is ongoing now by this guy, Brain Jotter. Let me even find it and play it on my phone. Let me find it so you can hear the sound. I'm still here. I just wanted to hear the sound. So you may, if it's something that you must have seen. Please let me know if you've heard this trend or you've seen different videos of this trend. Please respond in the comments. Okay. At this point, I think I will need to. Oh, let me play it again then. Oh, you haven't. Oh, if you are active on Instagram, is even on Facebook. This okay, I think I saw the dance right channel 2 days ago. Yes, Brain Jotter. So you want to jump on that trend. For somebody who sells hair, you may want to go, the caption on the video, on your video, may want to go like, when I finally catch that lady that is always on sponge hair. So even if you are jumping on that trend, you are still trying to communicate to the lady that is always carrying sponge hair that, no, come here, I'm selling human hair that is affordable. Come and buy. So you're not just jumping on any trend and then your messaging is not relevant to your customer. So they will just laugh and that's all, they forget. It shouldn't be. And of course, engage with your customers. Your customer service, you must provide exceptional customer service to build loyalty and trust. And then when customers give you feedbacks that are not good, customers will give you both good feedbacks and bad feedbacks. The good ones, clap and improve on it. The bad ones, see how to do better. When a customer gives you a bad review, don't just see that this customer, look at what you're doing and be better at it. Invest in marketing. This one cannot be overemphasized. invest in digital marketing and traditional marketing depending on where your target customer is or are. If you've identified where they are, if your customers, you know your customers are online, then you should leverage email marketing, social media advertising to reach a wider audience. And if your customers are offline, you need to look at traditional marketing methods like print ads, radio, TV commercials, flyers. In a nutshell, market your business where you know your target customers are. Finally, I would say, by staying adaptable, by staying right, adaptable and customer focused, your brand can thrive even in a constantly changing economic landscape. So if you focus on the key points that I shared with you, you start working on them day by day, before you know it, you've built a thriving brand for yourself or for you and your partner. That is if you have a co-founder. So that will be it for now. I would be here for the next few minutes to take questions. Thank you.
Wow. This is mind-blowing. This is beautiful. Thank you so very much, Ma, for this beautiful session. So who want to tell us, out of the 9 or even 10 things that has been listed for us as a thriving brand, who want to give us like 1 or 2? What have you gained so far? I just want 1 or 2 of us to share with us what we have actually gained and what we are going, back with to actually go and implement. This is not just for you to listen and go. This is actually for you to take notes and also implement them. Because she said something that when you're building a thriving brand, it's not just about yourself. It's not so that you can survive, you can pay school fees. You see, it's for impact. And there are steps that you need to follow, that we need to follow, if we are going to have that result that we want to have. So I can see, let me see in the chat. Yes, so what have you, you can either type or decide to speak, but I would appreciate if we can actually speak. Yes, if you can unmute and tell us 1 or 2 things that you have learned. And if you have a question, Abiola, thank you very much. Okay, you can go. You have the floor. Abiola. Okay, Esther, nice. You have the floor. Please go ahead. Let's have Abiola first and then followed by Esther.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for this session, and thank you, the speaker. Thank you so much. So I think I joined the first day, but I missed on the second day. Yeah, I would like to say I've been benefiting a lot so far. In fact, particularly to this session. And what she's been saying, I guess it resonates a lot with me, with the fact that I've been encountering 1 or 2 challenges with respect to, career. You want to have your own career, you want to have a business, you want to hustle. There is a particular stage you get that things get tough and you must get tougher. Particularly seeing the kind of country we are having at the moment, or the economy they are experiencing at the moment. So now, with what she's been explaining so far, what she's been guiding us or enlightening us with respect to business, why I said it resonates with me much more is the fact that I am at a point where I am trying to actually go into a particular business. So on one side, though I have what I am managing myself with, or what I can say I am managing my life with, like, a job or hustling. But then I think of having my own business. So now I've thought of so much things, considering the fact that I also have uh, a career, like building my path in the field of cloud engineering. So now she makes things so simpler for me. That's why a lot of things she explained resonates with me, is the fact that she talks on some key points, like starting a business, what you need to know, at least the barest minimum, like you have to know proper branding, how you have to be consistent with the kind of post, and how you have to be able to flow with your customer. Like, what are you putting out? What are the kind of things you are putting out there? Then, who are your customers? Targeting those people that are going to be needing your business. Who are those people that will be patronizing you? What age group? What about the environment you are establishing your business on? So now she mentioned a whole lot that I can keep going on and on. And
Wow.
yeah, particularly she mentioned something that I calmly listened to with respect to color and and the color aspect and the content. Because we are in the age, this is a global age where your like what we communicate can get to a lot of audience in a shortest possible time. We are in the age of cloud computing, whereby we use edge locations, content delivery network, and the likes. So and then moreover, how do you want your business to be positioned? How do you pitch your business to people who cannot even interact with you directly? I mean, people on the internet. How did you project yourself to them or present yourself to them? How reliable are you with what you want to, maybe your business, that you want to put out to people? So those are things that I think I have much more benefit. And now I'm going to put it into the key things I want to do going forward with respect to
Interesting.
starting my own business. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow. I'm glad to hear this. I'm glad to hear this. So
Thank
this
you
this
for
actually
your
mean that
You're most
Entrepreneurs Business
welcome.
Conference is a success. Thank you so much, Ma,
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
for this. So Esther, you have the floor. I think there's network issue.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. It's clear now.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Can you hear
Esther.
me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Please, if you can hear me, let me know. Good evening.
Please speak on. We can hear you.
What was on my speaker? Hello? Okay. Actually, regarding before that, I would like to say thank you, Miss Stella, for the wonderful advice you've given us on how to position our business. Like, I really learned a lot, because I won't lie, I'm a small business owner, but the business, let me say, it's like, it's not like it's not moving well, but I've been into this business for like this more than 2 years, going to 3 years now. But with all what I've said here, something like I would say I will look forward to making use of them to make my business more like bring more growth, to make sure that I have a thriving brand, especially in the aspect of where she said you need to build quality products and services that meets or exceed customers' expectation. That part safe is something that let me say yes, is one of the part that actually corresponds to me exactly. Because there are some customers whereby a lot of them they prefer quantity over quality. You just have to convince them that oh, this is more quality than this, all those kind of aspects. And also the characteristics too. With all what she has listed, I actually gained a lot from it. I would like to say thank you very much, Ma, for giving this little piece of advice to us and to a position, how will I put, like guiding us to the path where to build a thriving brand. Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you, Miss
My
Esther.
pleasure. Esther.
Thank you, Ma. All right. So, do we have any questions in the room? Please, if you have questions, please feel free. Okay, you have question. Yeah, Obafela Richard has a question, and we have Chukwemeka, if I'm not mistaken, also have a question. Please raise your hand. Oh, Abednego, yes, you actually raised your hands. Are you asking a question or you want to tell us what you've gained? You can unmute if you're sharing with us what you've gained, then we'll go to the question.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. So I have a question, but first of all, I want to comment on, I think I came late, but I also picked some things. And talking about branding, I actually started a business. I registered my, you mentioned of trying to get a CSC certificate as well. I think I have something like that, part of the branding. Now I registered my business, but up to now I've not gone online yet. I'm still putting things together because I am very busy because I work, but I wanted to just have a site also, kind of. And this issue of branding is what is actually making me not to go online. And yeah, I don't want to go online and not be consistent. So I'm looking at again though I've learned how to actually uh from what she said, from the lectures, from the characteristics you mentioned of a thriving brand. I think I should be able to to brace up, and go online. I know I'll start marketing my brand and all of that. But before I do that, there are things I'm still putting on, and yeah, I'll have a question. And the question is, like this, having is it logo, color, and all those things, part of your branding stuff. Like, how do I protect my my logo? Like, the CSC now, you reserve a name and nobody will use that name again to register with the CSC. I mean, the Corporate Affairs Commission, as in your business name and your company name and all of that, which I've done that. But like for the logo, I've not done anything like logo or something to add to my company and all of that. So how do I do that? Apart from just, I know I can design a bit, but how do I protect that one as intellectual property so that I won't do something and somebody pick it up and then they become theirs? That's my question. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, I got your question. So I would say you can trademark your logo, right? So registering your business is not just like registering with CSC is not just the only thing you need to do to protect your brand image identity, right? You can trademark that name that you've registered with CSC. You can also trademark your logo. To an extent, it's going to prevent or put fears into your potential copycats, right? So you can trademark your name, you can trademark your brand logo, right? And then in the event that somebody now copies it, it's easy for your lawyer to write to the person to take it down, or the person can be sued. But it's going to reduce the effect of copycat if you have a trademark and you put it out there. So even when copycats copy it, your people will see it and know that it is your own. It is that is not for the copycats. Are you with me? Just like the colors that I gave you example, the Just Right colors, a new building with Just Right color, even though they've not put a logo on it or a name on it, was very evident that this thing belongs to Just Right. And then if another brand comes tomorrow and uses that same color and puts their name, people will say they copied Just Right. I hope that helps. Hello?
Hello?
I think that's it's actually help, but like which institution, when you talk about trademark, let me trademark is which institution handles that? Is it the same CAC, or there is a different institution that handle all this trademark stuff, how to trademark your logo?
Okay, great. A different institution handles trademark. So we do trademark in our company at Peace Grant. We not only do CAC registration, we also do trademark. So you want to reach out after the session. Work hours 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let me drop the customer service line.
All right, that's fine. I'll all right.
So you can just reach out to the number.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I've seen the number. Thank you.
All right.
So we have another question.
Yeah. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, this is Chukwemeka.
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you so very much for the platform. Thank you, Ma'am Florence, for this meeting, the first day and today. I've been gaining value. Thank you. And thank you, our speaker tonight, Mommy Stella. You've blessed us tremendously. I have a question in respect to building this brand. We have a company that we're building, and it's of great standard. But then we have a challenge considering the economic recession. We have very serious challenge with customers that is affecting our ability to deliver standard, because we talk about delivering quality services here is very important. We're aware of it. But considering this timing, whereby, I hope you can hear me, Ma.
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. So considering this timing whereby you meet with a client and then the client is telling you that your service is high, your charge is high, and that is actually what can actually sustain your company if you should render such quality service. And most times you stand the chance of losing those customers because they can't afford, and they would tell you that have someone else who can render such service. And then such persons are just what you describe here as building for survival. And then we are not building for survival, we're building for value, something we outlive. And such situation, if we keep losing such customers, is the company thriving? Is the brand thriving? And I don't know if you have any professional advice that you can give here, because most times it's hard to, should we go ahead compromising or not compromising, and it's like we're losing some customers. And all of this is as a result of the economic recession, because clients are equally complaining they don't have money, but they need the service. So what can we do in this situation, Ma? Thank you.
Okay, great. So thank you for your question. So I'm going to respond to this using an example, right? A vendor sells gin for 6,000 naira, right? And then another vendor sells gin of a higher quality for 35,000, 50,000 naira. Now there is Chioma. Chioma earns 80,000 naira a month salary, right? And then Chioma goes to the vendor that is selling gin of 50,000 and says she wants to buy gin. And then she likes the gin and they tell her this gin is 50,000. Don't forget, Chioma earns 80,000 naira in a month, right? Now, when they tell Chioma that, oh, this gin is 50,000, Chioma, it's too expensive. Whereas there's an Esther somewhere who earns 400K or half a million or a million naira, who, when she sees the gin of 50,000 naira, she loves it, she pays for it. So Esther, the gin is not expensive because she's earning 500K, she's earning a million naira. But to Chioma, who earns 80K, a 35,000 naira or 50,000 naira gin is expensive to her. That was why I mentioned that to build a thriving brand, who exactly is your target customer? Somebody who comes to you and says, oh, it's too expensive, that person is not your customer, or the person does not perceive that you can give value for that price. So that's why some of them, they hide under it's too expensive, or some of them, they just go mute, or they go under, I will get back to you, and they never get back. Now, customers will always, they'll be customers that will tell you, I know somebody that sells it cheaper somewhere. And they will go to that person that sells it cheaper. Let me even give you another example. I think, was it last week, Friday or Saturday? No, it wasn't Friday. On Monday, this Monday, today is Wednesday, this Thursday before yesterday, my operations rep that handles our business registration, right? He told me that a client who gave his company registration to a roadside agent,
Yeah.
the agent did not do proper shares allocation. There's something called allocation of shares on the company registration. The agent did not do proper allocation. So as a result, the client landed in a over 500,000 naira debt. So it's going to cost the client over 500,000 naira to fix the error that the roadside agent did. Something that the customer would have just ordinarily paid 72,025 naira that would do company registration. But the customer went to pay it cheaper, and then is now going to pay over 500,000 to correct that error or forfeit that name. They will come and tell you, I know somebody that does it cheaper. That is where your communication comes in. So you need to start putting content out that, or I don't know whether you're active on social media. You need to start communicating the mistakes that people who go and look for it cheaper elsewhere, what they encounter, and how it's going to cost them more to fix it. So why is it important to trust you, to pay you for what you charge? Instead of going out there, meeting a roadside, somebody that does it for them, and then it lands them into trouble. So it's that messaging needs to be very consistent. It needs to be in their face. Why you should be the trusted one, why they should pay you. And by the time you are consistent with this, you will easily become top of mind. So when they think about somebody that offers, I can't remember what you said you offer. Please, if you can remind me again in the chat box.
Okay, we are into industrial home automation services. Gadget home automation services, smart gadget installations, supplies, installations.
Okay, so you need to create you need to create edutainment, that's educating and entertaining content around people installing fake stuffs in their house, and then after 1 month, 2 months, boom, it's gone. And then somebody who pays you and use it, and then you do the install, your company does the installation, and then they enjoy they enjoy lasting, like your products are lasting, there's guarantee, if there's issue, your team, they're available to fix it, while the other person that goes to roadside people, they don't enjoy this thing. These are the content you need to put out. So even when customers are coming to you, they're not looking at price, they're looking at the value that you are giving them, and they are going to pay your price no matter the economic situation, except that customer is not your customer, but your target customers are out there.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
it's your messaging that will bring them.
Okay, ma'am.
And even your customers, when you even tell them your price, some of them will be like, you are too cheap. Like, this is too cheap.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. And they will jump and pay.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't compare a 6,000 naira jean with a 50,000 naira jean.
Yes. The quality.
Yes. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. This is helpful.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. Thank you very much, Ma, for that beautiful explanation. So do we have any other person that wants to, before we wrap up? I believe this has really been valuable to you. Do you have any other person that want to ask question? I think Tim Lane was raising his hand. It's no longer on the call. Okay, so I believe we've taken all the questions, right? How I'm seeing some people are just trying to join. You're already. Okay, you have one. Yes, I remember. Obafela, please go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening to you, Mrs. Stella. Though I wasn't able to join the meeting early, the webinar early, but I was able to pick up a few things. And I have 2 questions, if that's okay, so I can continue.
Please go ahead.
Okay, great. So the first question is, okay, let me give a short overview of myself. My name is Richard, and I have an health tech startup. And we're currently working on our MVP. So, which brings me to my first question. I actually put in my registration for CAC over a year ago. In fact, the name was approved around May last year, but till now I haven't gotten approval, just the name that was accepted and now belongs to me, but I haven't gotten the full approval. And so now on the CAC site, after a year and I think a month or 2, it's still just there saying under registration. And I've gotten 2 lawyers to look at it. They don't know what the cost is, and they try doing some things, and it's still nothing has still been done yet. But recently we noticed that we've been getting more queries, but still we haven't gotten the approval. And
Okay,
the lawyers, spoke to me, maybe if at the end of this month it's not done, maybe we would have to re-register the company under another name. And the thing now is, for that year and 2 months, right, I've been using that name, that particular name. So me another name, I know it can be done, but I don't want to go through that. In fact, I'm currently in a grant competition with that name, and I don't even know if that is supposed to affect things, right? And I just wanted to put that as my first question, so at least we can start off from there.
Okay. Let me respond to it before you ask your second question. So these are the issues. Who did the registration? Yourself?
The lawyer. No, not me, the lawyer.
Okay. And before you mentioned queried, I knew that you must have had several queries, and they were tired of the response of the lawyer's response to the query. So that's why they just left it there. People, you sleep there. People don't do the right thing. Emma Sosibe. Yeah. Yeah. We've had custom. In fact, there was a customer's job that was on the portal for over 2 years. We fixed it.
Wow.
See that
Wow.
WhatsApp. I don't know if you've reached out to BizGrant customer service.
I haven't. In fact, that's what I was thinking. I would tell my lawyer that if we don't get it this month, instead of re-registering it, let's reach out to BizGrant, because I actually come from your community, from the BizGrant
Reach out.
community.
I'm even shocked that you are in BizGrant and then you still did not reach out to us, and then the thing is lingering. These are the issues. So reach out. Let my people check what the issue is and see how it can be rectified. But it's going to cost you money. Just know that. Your
Yeah.
next question.
All right. So the next question is this. So as an health tech startup, I am sometimes at a loss for what kind of branding, because I am building my own personal branding. But for the company's brand itself, I sometimes I'm at a loss for what to do for health tech, because we're working on our MVP, right? And I don't want to start putting things about our MVP out there. But at the same time, I feel maybe I should put a little bit of things out there to let people, to get a kind of waiting list and let people know, oh, this is coming out, right? Because right now, the only thing I think of is, okay, maybe the company can post some things like contents, like write-ups on LinkedIn, right? But for maybe video, because I know especially things like Instagram, when it comes to Reels, it catches more attention, gets more views from those following you, those not following you. So it starts to get hard, because for the branding now, our colors are there, the image, everything is there, but that's that content creation aspect starts to get the best of me in a way that I now wonder, will it still be okay even if I can't sue the video part of the content creation aspect, or is the video aspect very, very great for the branding of my company?
Okay, great. Thank you for your question. So you need to understand the current dynamics that we are in, or the current situation that we are in the world, in the economy, right? Looking at social media. Number one, if your target customers are on social media, what type of content do they resonate with? Do they resonate with videos or normal written messages, right? Now, I want to use Dang as an example, Dairy of a Niger Girl, owned by Ife Dayo, right? Ife started by writing, telling stories, write up. And then by the time, but I can tell you that as at now, Ife does not only do writing, she now does videos to meet up, to align with the current trends. So she could have just decided to stick to writing and not showing her face and just keep writing, right? Excuse me. So, and of course, you're not going to say you are going to do one reels today, tomorrow you are off. You're not going to be consistent. If you are sure that it is writing, like normal write-up post that you're going to be consistent with, be consistent with it. So long as your target audience resonates with it, the algorithm will push it. However, you also need to recognize that the algorithm pushes more video content. It favors more reels. So you need to look at that. And that will now, because if you say you want to go and do reels and you're not going to be consistent with it, there's no point. If right at this moment, maybe because you're still building out your team, you don't have a content marketing team yet, you can start with write-up and be consistent with it. And then as your business grows, you move past MPM, MVP, you move to pre-seed, seed, you get your content, your creative content team, then you can start doing reels. But it is not okay to do reels today and then we don't see you again until after 1 month. I hope this helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Thank you so much.
Good. Okay.
Other question?
Okay, so I saw similarly mentioned on okay, great. Ogbe Esther has responded. Just search for Biz Grand Boss. You find me on Instagram. And
I also posted the screenshots of our link, Instagram page on the community for those of us there, and on my status. So in case, yeah. So do we have any other question in the room? Let me see. Thank you very much. Biz Grand Boss, the one and only Jagaban of grants.
Thank you, Florence. It's great being here.
Thank you, Ma, for showing up despite your busy schedules. It's really, I've gained so much, and I believe that every of our participants who have really learned so much. Right, and I want to just use this opportunity to also introduce the brand that has put this together, which is Digital Fluency Consultancy. Actually, she wanted to share a short video earlier on, but I'm also considering the time. In the last, yes, thank you, Esther. Thank you so much. In the last the first session we had, I talked about a book that will be released, and also like an article and a blog as well that we're currently working on that will teach you everything about branding, and also everything about branding and brand development, especially for your startup business. So let me see if I can still share this the video of what we do and how we can also be I hope I can actually share it here, but iPhones can be very funny. Okay, let me see if I can share my screen then. Give me a second. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can we see my screen? Okay. Can we hear the audio? The audio is not playing. Okay, I know I remember sharing this with us during the first our services. So you can actually visit our website now and check. Yes, so you can visit our website. So basically, all we do is to, work with you on your business. So when it comes to branding and brand development, it's actually beyond logo and it's beyond. So this is something that we'll have another training. We'll have another training on this, and you will be able to learn about branding and brand strategy, brand development, and also it's encompassing, because just like our speaker talked about, Mrs. Stella, talking about, consistency. Now, understanding before you actually, that thing is, the first person to work on your brand when it comes to branding is not your graphics designer, it's your brand strategist. It's your brand strategist. So there is difference between brand strategy, brand development, and brand identity. All right. So they all work. Before you can develop your brand identity, you need to understand your brand strategy. And to be honest with you, your brand strategy makes up, let me say, 50 to 60% of your business plan. Because from your brand strategy development, you will be able to understand what is your USP, your brand purpose, your brand mission, your brand vision, your brand. You see, when the video I shared, you saw some details, right? That's was extracted from our brand strategy. You see, so you have the brand strategy, you have the brand identity, and there are two different things. You can actually have a brand strategy and not have a brand identity. But one thing is that your brand strategy will be used in developing your brand identity, and that's what is going to make it unique. So it is not about thinking about liking a logo or thinking about the logo. In 2022, we actually helped a particular business, a fashion business, and also when you have a good brand strategy to help you understand your story, you'll be able to craft your brand story. All right, and it will now dictate your brand communication, your brand tone. So a brand has a tone. So how do you want to be perceived? How do you want to sound? You see? So these are the various things that your brand strategy development takes care of. So we offer that for those of us that would need that particular aspect, because before you start going online, before you start saying that, okay, we want to start creating content, we want to start developing this, we want to start building websites, you need your brand strategy, because your brand strategy will provide the roadmap for your business. It will provide the roadmap for your business, what and how, it will help you understand your target audience, it will help you understand your even if you don't have a story for your business. Because I remember when we had this with this customer, when you are hearing something like, oh, I started this business because when I finished school, this was there was no job, and then I already had this skill, so I know I can actually use the skill to earn, and I started, and because there was demand. That is not a story. All right. So because your story has to actually be something that resonates with your audience. It has to come from the position of the help and impact you want to make on your target audience. So you have it will also help you to craft, okay, who are your target audience and all that. And during the course of this, you would also need to carry out some surveys, right, to actually understand your customer. I think Chukwemeka Daniels was asking a question earlier on, and you were asking about what do you do when customers, like, you're telling them pay this, that means, first of all, that is where we have customer identifying your customer, right? Because, and this Grant's boss explained that very perfectly. She explained very, very perfectly. That illustration was perfect. So that is where what we call customer avatar comes in. All right. It is in your brand strategy that you're going to have your customer avatar, your customer, and then your customer avatar will now determine how you're going to position your brand, your brand positioning, your brand story, your brand communication, your brand visuals, you see, and all. So two people can be selling the same product but positioned differently. That is why the same noodles that you will buy maybe 6,000 naira in the normal market, you will enter ShopRite. They will sell the same noodles, no difference in quantity, no difference in quality. They will sell it at what? Triple the price. It is based on brand strategy. So brand strategy is what will make you charge more for an item or for a commodity, and it's what will affect your positioning in the market. So it's not just about okay, what content do I create? It is first about how do I position. So, and that is where understanding, having a clear brand strategy is very important for any business that is going to, thrive in this ever dynamic economy. So because most times, if you don't have a clear brand strategy, you will attract the right audience who cannot pay for your services. And also, when you understand your customer avatar, you'll be able to also position your business to have, it is not going to be a one shoe size fits all. No. So you will have different customer avatar for you have different customer avatar for different types of audience. So let's say you have the same product that you have. Let's say, for instance, we have products in the real estate sector, right? And let's say I'm positioning for the rich, I'm positioning for the middle class, and I'm also positioning for those who are starter. The communication is not going to be the same. It's not going, and even in my advertising, it's not going to be the same. So there's what we call segmentation, customer segmentation. So you have to be able to categorize your customers, have a segment of your customers, so you don't communicate to all of them the same way, and you will not sell to them the same way. So it's quite a lot of work. And once you get it right on paper, implementing will not be an issue. There will be consistency, because anybody working with you will be able to actually, like I said, is your roadmap. So anybody working with you will be able to actually check your roadmap and say that, okay, we understand what this customer, we understand this. So even when you are changing team, maybe, okay, your graphics designer resign, or your web, or whatever, your content create, you already have a guide. You already have your tone, you already have your communication, you already have everything in place. So continuity will be easier. All right, so this is where I'm going to stop, because I can actually talk on and on and on about this, but you can just visit our website. You may come in the next few weeks. That website is not going to be the same. All right, but for now, you can just visit the website, digitalflozico.com, and then you may want to book a strategy session. And if you need this, then we'll be available to book a strategy session, and then we are going to take you by the end and create your own brand strategy, and show you the procedures and all that will really help you build a brand that is going to stand out amidst the crowd. All right, and also create your own brand story, even if you don't have any. So we help you to clarify your brand purpose. And well, whether you're building a personal brand or you're building a business brand, you can't ignore brand strategy if you're gonna try. All right, so I want to give you this piece of advice to make sure that if you don't have a brand strategy developed yet, if not for time, I would have loved to share, what it looks like, right? It's a document that encompasses everything, just like you have your business plan, but this time around, it's talking about everything about your business and your customers and how you're going to reach them, and, their category, everything, what makes your business unique and all. So thank you everyone for your time, and I hope to hear from you again. And please keep tab, because you will hear from me. I'll be sharing with you some information that, and also, yes, your gifts. Yes. Please, in the chat, do send me Okay. So please do, I'm gonna send your gifts. I'm going to send your gifts. Thank you very much. Please do, for those of us that join, if you don't have my number, let me drop it. Please chat me up for your gifts. There'll be a separate gift for those who join and waited to the end. Yeah, so you can chat me up and just drop the message gifts and I will understand. Thank you everyone for joining, and do have a beautiful night rest. So now we're gonna end the Entrepreneurs Business Conference 2.0, Building a Thriving Brand, officially ends today. Thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you to our speakers, Mr. Sam Idengeli and Mrs. Stella Matthew Adebayo. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for honoring this invitation. And to everyone who joined, thank you and have a beautiful, continue to thrive, continue to glow, and continue to impact your world. I love you. Bye.